Instead of treating myself this weekend, I accidentally discovered how happiness really comes. Hi, it's Deb. It's me again. I had the weekend off and I thought about some things that I might enjoy that I could treat myself to, but I didn't. And I accidentally found some ways to be happy, so I'm going to share them with you. I do have a couple little notes so I don't get all sidetracked. So if you see me glance, that's why. So, but true story. I told you, I'm always going to be real. So I had the weekend off and I was kind of sad because I'd rather work because we all know I need money. But there was a few things that I thought that I could do for myself to treat myself and kind of be happy. If you know me, you know I love flowers. I love fresh flowers. And I thought, maybe I'll just go buy myself a bouquet because I never do and they'd be nice to have. But I didn't. I didn't treat myself. It's midsummer, so I walked around outside and picked a few, and I have a beautiful bouquet that costs nothing. And it really made me happy. Another thing that I did was, well, I spend way too much time on my phone just playing mindless games. Although I do get a lot of points. I've discussed this on Vibes and Fetch and stuff. But I spend a lot of time, well, in my spare time, playing games on my phone. And for a while this weekend, I said, I'm not going to just sit and play stupid games on my phone. And I got a book. And I started my book, and of course, it was amazing. It's called David and Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell, one of my favorite authors, probably my favorite author. And I said, I'll just read for 20 minutes. Well, no, I got stuck and read quite a bit, and I can't wait to read more. So I'm glad I didn't treat myself. Another one. My daughter was gone out at camp, so my son and I were here. And I thought, hey, maybe I'll just splurge a little. And I've never in my life ordered DoorDash. Just order something delivered to the house for dinner. But then I thought, I can't afford that. I shouldn't do that. So I went to the grocery store and got all the fixins, and I made us Mexican at home. It was delicious and so much cheaper than ordering on DoorDash. And in the long run, I was happy. I had accomplished something without wasting a ton of money, and I felt better. And we ate really well too. On a day off, well, if I have one day off, I like to tell myself I can just relax. I don't have to do too much with the basics. But I had 2 days off in a row, and I thought, there's so many things I should be doing around the house. It's really about time to go ahead and vacuum under stuff, move the couch and vacuum, move the bed, move the dresser and vacuum. So I started writing all these things down. I had a little list of things that I should do. Like bigger things, and not necessarily bigger, but do all the windows, wash linens, clean the oven, clean the microwave. So I made a little list, and instead of just lounging all day and just doing the minimum dishes and stuff, I thought of which task I don't want to do the most, which is the worst task. And I tackled it. I have a clean oven. It looks great. And I feel better. I didn't treat myself with just being lazy. So if I'm honest, I am a hermit. I am most comfortable at home in my comfortable surroundings in my little spot on the couch with my kids. I'm not a big talker on the phone. I don't really want to go out. I can't tell you the last time I went out for social hour or to visit anybody except for immediate family or whatever. I'm not a social person, and I'm happy just to be with myself and my children all day and not really make any social contact with anybody. But instead of treating myself to just being in my little comfy cocoon, I went ahead and called a friend that I hadn't talked to in probably 6 months, a dear friend of mine that I've known for 30 years. And man, did we have a good conversation. We chopped it up, and we didn't talk for less than 45 minutes. It was so nice to hear from her and just to laugh about the old times. And we really had a ball, and it felt so good. And I was so happy that I didn't treat myself to just my little comfortable silence. And it paid off. Thanks, Lisa. Oh, I've mentioned this before as well. I play some of the games that I play on like Vibes or Fetch, and I get points. And then before you know it, I have Amazon gift cards. Well, I recently just checked out another Amazon gift card. So I've got $50 right now for Amazon. And I was thinking, hey, maybe it'd be nice if I could go on there and find something that I would enjoy. Not something I need, not cat litter, not toothpaste, but maybe I could find, I don't know, who knows, some perfume or some clothes or something. And then I thought, wait, just because I have $50 on Amazon doesn't mean that I have to hurry up and spend it. So what I did instead was I just got a little basic decluttering done. You know, if you think about it, every time we go to the store or go shopping and we buy stuff and we bring it in our house, we're just adding. We're just adding to the stuff. We're adding to our collection, whether it be clothes, toiletries, anything, cleaning supplies, jewelry, anything. Well, especially long-term items like household goods, clothes is a big one, shoes. Every time we're buying that stuff and bringing it in, we're just acquiring more stuff. What we should do is every time we buy a shirt, discard a shirt. And by discard, I mean either donate, recycle, sell, or throw away. Well, anyway, so instead of spending money on my new Amazon gift card, I went around and found things to remove from the house. I had a couple shirts that I just don't wear anymore. They kind of fit funny and they're older. Got rid of them. I think everybody has a junk drawer, don't you? Found some old batteries in there. Got rid of them. In the kitchen drawer, there were loose napkins and straws and salt and pepper from drive-thrus and stuff. Just got rid of it. So instead of acquiring more things and bringing more things into my home because I could, I decluttered and got rid of stuff. And it felt good. I think it felt much better than had I used that $50 and bought a new CD, or I don't even know if people buy CDs anymore, but I do. But anyway, I guess that's what we do, us Gen Xers. But I felt good. I just got rid of stuff rather than accumulating more. So I didn't treat myself to that purchase. Instead, I treated myself to taking care of my surroundings, of my mental health, of my happiness, maybe my future self. Another one that was fun. When I'm sitting around in my hermit mode, scrolling aimlessly on my phone, I'm generally watching YouTube. And I just watch whatever comes up. I think we all do. You know, once you watch something, they keep showing you more. Well, lately, I've been watching stuff that, it's just entertainment. I like to watch the First Amendment auditors. I like to watch funny animals. I like to watch Karens, all of those kind of things. But I was thinking to myself, I'm not really lifting myself. I'm not learning anything. I'm not getting better in any way. So just for a while, I challenged myself to learn. And instead of just watching whatever came up on the feed, I went ahead and practiced my Spanish. I watched a few Spanish learning videos. I don't think I mentioned it here before, but I used to be fluent like 20 years ago almost 30 years ago now, actually. When I was in college, I was pretty fluent in Spanish. Pero se me olvidó mucho porque no puedo practicar con nadie. So I just said I've forgotten a lot because I don't really practice with anybody. Anyway, the point was, instead of just watching the funny animal videos and the Karens, I learned a little Spanish. Well, practiced a little Spanish and brushed up. And it felt really good. It did. So this weekend, instead of treating myself, I did what I thought would be a little harder. And it ended up it ended up really being more satisfying, more lifting, and it really brought some joy and happiness to my life. And that's part of my journey. So maybe instead of taking care of our present self right now, we should look after our future self. If you have any other ideas of ways that we can not treat ourselves, but do something in lieu of that would bring us happiness, please comment. Please comment. And hey, if you haven't, would you subscribe? Every time that I see a new subscriber, it just makes my day. And follow my journey. Thank you.